Hello, YTPC. Ordinary Piper coming to you from the Colorado room. It is awful cold out here tonight, but I'm sitting here by the fire. I've got a great bowl. I've got a great pipe. And I've been looking forward all day to coming back and visiting with everybody and sharing a little bit about my day. Before I do that, I want to tell you about one of the things I scored this weekend. We went right after Thanksgiving to go get our Christmas tree, and it's a beautiful tree. I can't believe we got one because there's so few of them out there. Of course, it costs way more than it should have. But we got one for the kids and for the house, and while I was there, I saw them cutting down all the bottoms of the trees, like you always do. But they had so many trees that had come through, they had cut the bottoms off of literally hundreds of trees. So I went up to the guy who was running the place and I said, "Can I have that huge barrel of all of that wood?" It smells unbelievable. And when you add it to the fire, the whole room smells incredible too. So I'll add a little Christmas tree to the fire while we're out here tonight. If you could smell it, it would be incredible. Tonight, I am smoking the first pipe I ever received. This is a treasured pipe to me. I'm sure everybody has a pipe that's special to them, something that was given to them as a gift, or the first pipe they ever bought, or a pipe they had a great memory with. But this pipe was given to me by my dear friend, Father Jonathan. He's an Episcopalian priest and just a really good friend. This is a Savinelli, and I want to read the numbers off the bottom to you, but I don't have my glasses, so it's a little bit hard to read. That's what I thought, 920. This is a Savinelli, 920, beautiful band on it. I love that band. And it's got this sandblast to it. Kind of a hoof shape or a horn shape. Big, deep bowl, actually. You can smoke this one for a long time. Got the dot there next to the band. And just an awesome smoker. And I love this pipe because it was given to me by my friend Father Jonathan. And I'll never thank him enough for introducing me to pipe smoking. He used to drive an old Toyota Corolla, and his tamper in his car was an old little screwdriver that he had. And I remember being with him when he was smoking pipes. He was one of the first people I was around who smoked a pipe, because my grandfather didn't smoke a pipe, my dad didn't smoke a pipe. But Jonathan was one of the first to introduce me to pipe smoking, and I loved his setup. And I don't know if he'd want me to tell you what his tamper was, but I did. But he gave me this pipe one Christmas as a gift, and I've treasured it ever since. Look at the top of that bowl. I just love that shape. I love the grain on it. I love the color, the distinction between the color on the top of the stummel and around the sandblast, that dark brown kind of hoof shape. Man, smoking a pipe, it's like having a great glass of bourbon or something. It has this way of just warming the body and, calming you down. Okay, so what am I smoking today? I've been looking forward to this too. This is the first tobacco that I think I ever bought for myself. I think the first one I ever had was different than this. I think the first one I ever had was Frog Morton on the Town. And I think that's what I had because Jonathan gave it to me. But this is Dunhill 965, not the new version of my mixture 965, but this is what they call old 965, and I have it jarred. This is from Cigars and Tobacco here in Kansas City, and I was able to go in the back of the house there, and they had this big 5-gallon drum that had gotten to the bottom, but it was full. And at the top, it was marked, it was full at one point in time. At the top, it was marked old My Mixture 965, which I took to mean was actually the original Dunhill. Which, if that's true, which I'm not sure that it is, but if that's true, that means that that tobacco, if it's original Dunhill, I think that's from like the early 1980s, 1981, I'm not sure. So maybe it's not Dunhill My Mixture 965, but it's an early one. So I love this English blend. Cavendish and Latakia and Orientals. Look at that. Just that beautiful ash. It's a medium to full body. It's got this just mellow sweetness, a really unique nuttiness. And the Cavendish, I think, just gives it this mellow balance, this sweetness. It is absolutely one of my favorites. I love the smell of it. It's really nostalgic for me. You know, I want to ask you guys a question. When you cellar your tobacco and you put it in a jar, do you put one of these guys down in it? I really haven't seen many people do that. I've been doing it. I had a bunch of them left over. So when I jarred up a bunch of tobacco, this was a little bit dry because I'd had it for a while. Put one of those down in there, and it's been great ever since. But I actually went out and bought a bunch of them, and I put them in a number of my tobaccos that were a little bit on the drier side, a little bit older, and it's worked wonders. But I wonder, say, you know, in the comments, do you ever do that? Or do you ever do anything to kind of make sure the moisture content stays good in your jar? If it's a jar that you open regularly, right? Because if it's closed all the time and it comes right out of the tin, it's probably got the natural moisture. But I smoke this a lot. In fact, I need to get down there and buy a couple pounds or something because I love it. And whatever the old 965 is, it's fantastic. And I want to have enough of it to keep in my cellar. All right. I wanted to show you something that I'm working on. First of all, let me say thank you. As of right now, over 80 people have subbed my channel, and I think I'm on my 4th video. I am overwhelmed. I am thankful. I feel blessed. I feel really encouraged by the YTPC community. I love that you're enjoying the videos. I hope I get better at it. But just want to keep sharing with you and want to keep getting to know people out there. I got to especially shout out to MW Piper because he did a little post on his community page, a picture, a screenshot from my channel. And I got a number of people that subbed off of that. He said some really kind things. So I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate you, man. God bless you. But I want to show you what I'm working on. Okay. So some of you know from the channel that I have an Etsy page called Canon to the Ordinary. Canon to the Ordinary. Like ode to ordinary things. But also it's kind of a double entendre because Canon to the Ordinary is actually a position within the Episcopal Church. That's a whole nother story. But at any rate, ode to ordinary things, or a poem to ordinary things, or songs to ordinary things, canon to the ordinary. So at that, I have some kind of boho sundries and some different things, and I used to have hundreds and hundreds of postings, and I sold sort of vintage things. And then I got back into pipe smoking, and I started to watch a ton of videos, and I started to clean my pipes. I started to restore my pipes Then I started to restore other people's pipes and estate pipes. And I want to show you the one that I'm working on right now. I only have a few for sale right now, but I'm working on more of them. Let me show you this pipe. So, this pipe is a Kaywoodie that I'm working on, and it originally had ash and just such nasty buildup on the inside. You know, you could barely get any tobacco down in there. The top of the stummel was just black as soot, had been really burnt. And then the stem, which I've only partially restored now, although it looks pretty good on the video, it's still got some work to go. You can see it still needs some cleaning on the end. I'm in the middle of working on this one. This Kaywoodie, though, was much more red. It was like a red, deep red stain, not sort of a browny red stain like this. But somebody had cleaned it inappropriately, or maybe used alcohol and left it on there, and there was this big section right here where the stain was just totally worn off, and it was kind of back down to this color, to the briar. So I didn't have any way to fix it because I didn't have that particular red stain. I couldn't match it. So I went ahead and took alcohol and wiped the stain off in part and got it all even back out again. And that's where I'm at right now. That's how it's looking right now. I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with how it's turning out. This one might be for sale in the next couple of days on Canon to the Ordinary if anybody wants a good Kaywoodie. And again, I don't have my glasses, so I can't read if there's any other nomenclature on it right now. But it's a great pipe, and it's going to be a good smoker. I mean, it's a pretty deep bowl, too. It's totally cleaned out. I've used a salt and alcohol mixture, as you do, in order to get any kind of ghosting out of it. And like I said, address the stain. So I'm really happy with this. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to throw it on the buffing wheel, get it finished, get it polished, and then I'll have it up on the Etsy page. If anybody's looking for kind of a vintage Kaywoodie, that'll be up there. Working on that. Working on getting better at restoring pipes. I can't do stems yet. I'm not sure if I'm even going to try to get into that. I don't have all the tooling that I need for that. But restoring old pipes, nasty old pipes, is actually kind of meditative for me. I just throw a podcast on, or I throw on some of the videos from YTPC and just watch, clean, and it's a great break after work. Man, I really appreciate all the comments that people have been leaving. It's been really encouraging and just fun to read and fun to interact with you guys. I got some great advice on getting the taste back in some of my old pipes from a lot of guys on the first video, and then the second video where I tried a new blend for the first time. That was pretty cool. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the channel, and hopefully we can keep getting to know each other and keep talking along the way. But man, I love this 965. I guess I love Englishes. You know, it's a little bit hard because Englishes, I think, kind of get your beard smelling like an English, get your clothes smelling like an English. It's a little harder to have it on your lunch break or something like that and go back in to work, or, you know, crawl into bed with your loved one. But I love it. I love the way it smells. I'm kind of freight training this one because it's cold out here. But the bowl's starting to warm up in my hand. I got a great fire. And I'm going to just sit here and enjoy this for a little while. Sitting here in the Colorado room. Thinking about how grateful I am for all of you guys. Thinking about how much I love old 965, Dunhill 965. But I appreciate you guys watching. That's all I wanted to bring to you tonight. Hope to hop on in the next couple of days and bring a video every couple of days. But until next time, just another ordinary piper trying to make his way through the world. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Peace.